Question 37, 4-pointer. Use the recursive sequence defined below to express the next three terms as fractions reduced to lowest terms. Okay, so there's two ways to do it. If you know how to read this, it's a lot simpler than if you don't. So let's say that you don't know how to read this. Okay, it means that A2 is going to be now your n. So you're going to fill in A2 there. And now we're going to simplify. Okay, now what this means, the lower numbers are subscripts. You do not do anything mathematically to them. They're like adjectives. So after you reduce that, this is saying A1, and A1 is 2. So now you're going to fill in a 2 in place of A1, and now you can just put this in your calculator. And get 0.75, but it says as fractions reduced to lowest terms, so that's 3/4. So now that's the next term, and now you have to do this 3 more times. So now a to the third, a sub 3 equals 3 times a sub 3 minus 1, because again, we're filling in our n right there, all raised to the -2 power. And if I reduce that, that means a sub 2. And just like before, we're going to take A2 now. So A2 is 3/4. You're going to fill in 3/4 for A2 because that's what that means. It means the second term. Fill in there. So now we're going to get 3 times 3/4 to the -2 power. And you get 16/3. All right, now that's the second next of the 3 terms. And now we have to do this one more time to get the third of the 3 terms they're looking for. So A4 is 3 times a sub 4 minus 1, all raised to the -2. Simplifying that is A3. So now I have to fill in A3 right here. So A3 is 16/3, and that's what I need to fill in right there. I'll extend the page. All right, and filling that in, I get 27/256. And these will be in lowest terms if the calculator is computing it. So there are your next 3 terms. Now, if you know how to read this, then you don't have to go through all of this. It's still going to be the same computations, but not as much work. And this is what I'm saying. I told you guys when I taught this to you to make sure you know how to read it. A sub n, the way the formula is means 3 times the previous term, right? That's what this means, raised to the -2 power. So if you know how to read that, then when you say A1 is 2, then you know that A2, the next one's going to be 3 times the previous one raised to the -2, and you can just easily just do that computation. And then when you do A3, it's 3 times the previous term raised to the -2. And again, you still have to do that calculation that you did right here. So that's going to give you 16/3. And then A4 would equal 3 times the previous term raised to the -2. And again, you will do that calculation and still get the same answer. So whichever way you prefer to do it is fine.